I've been restyling Thanksgiving foods to fit a festive harvest carnival. Today's revamp is cranberry bread, which is a delicious staple to the feast. But what would make it more festive? Turning it into some bussin' fritters. Let's get started. Since this batter is really quick to make, we'll heat up our oil first. I use avocado oil because it is much healthier than vegetable, canola, sunflower, or the other seed oils. Heat this to around 350 degrees, which is visible without a thermometer when a small piece of dough instantly starts bubbling when it is dropped in. For the batter, start by mixing together all-purpose flour, granulated sugar, sea salt, baking soda, cinnamon, mace, and a pinch of cloves. Whisk this all to a happy unified singularity. Then, for the wet ingredients, add molasses, an egg, as well as some milk. Fold this together to form a thick, stretchy batter. For our mix-ins, I'm adding frozen cranberries, or if you have fresh ones, then use those instead. In addition to the cranberries, I'm adding a handful of these local pecans. These are smaller and have a great flavor. But if you can't find one similar to these, then just chop up some regular pecans. Fold all of this together. Now we can fry our batter in the hot oil, using about 2 tablespoons for each one. Once they're golden brown on one side, give them a flip. I personally enjoy using chopsticks to do this. Remove them from the hot oil when they are cooked to a golden color. This will result in a total of around 12 fritters. And for measurements, visit my description. And while you're down there, leave a comment telling me what you think of giving Thanksgiving a modern flair. This next step is optional, but I highly recommend it. This step being the crafting of the maple glazed pecan yogurt dip. This is an extremely easy process. Take pecans and toast them in a saucepan. After they are lightly toasted, pour some maple syrup on them. Stir them for a minute, then splash in some bourbon. I really like this 4 Roses bourbon for cooking. It just adds a depth of flavor. Cook the alcohol off of this and allow these to cool down. Also make sure to sample a few before continuing. You can now take your pecans and mix them into some vanilla skyr, which is basically like really thick yogurt. This dip adds a very creamy texture to every single bite. To serve these, place a few fritters on a plate, along with a cup of the pecan dip. And wow, these taste amazing. The spiced flavor of the bread, interwoven with the tartness of the juicy cranberries, married with the soft crunch of the pecans, and finished by the tangy maple cream of the dip. These are so bussin' and incredibly easy to mass produce for a feast of Thanksgiving. I hope you can get to try these delicious treats yourself. But before you go to cook these, if you're feeling generous, you can treat the algorithm by liking and subscribing. And if you know anyone contemplating what dish they should make for Thanksgiving, then share this idea with them. Keep an eye out for my next video on this festive theme, and keep up your culinary adventures.